This little extension that I created a few months back already has 600 users. Out of the 600 users, I have 350 paid users. Now, Olly is a kind of extension that you won't really have in your browser if you don't use it, and I'll show you why. So how Olly works is if you go to any website or social media website in this scenario and you select the text on that website, you would see a small pop-up that comes out like this, which allows you to generate comments, summarize a post, and so on and so forth. The comment is generated here, which you would then copy and paste in the comment box. And for certain websites, we also enable you to use panels like this on, let's say, LinkedIn in this scenario, right? Where you just click on a button and the comment is automatically added inside of the comment box as you see here right now. Now, obviously, we added a bunch of different features around local language support, multiple languages, AI personalities, and so on and so forth. One of the things that kept or was consistent throughout the feedback is a lot of people said that the extension itself was annoying. And we understand why. You don't comment 24/7. You only comment when you need to. So keeping that feedback in mind, and I'm actually going to be showing the feedback that we receive on a day-to-day basis. So you can see these are all the reasons why people have uninstalled Olly over the last 2 to 3 months. Now, obviously, this number is not very high, but ever since we launched on AppSumo and we received a bunch of users, you can notice the uninstall rate has gone significantly up because a lot of people are now installing the extension, which also means a lot of these guys are also uninstalling the extension. So either ways, if you summarize the feedback, so I use Claude to summarize the feedback, you look at the reason for cancellation. Most of the people uninstalled this because it was paid, and obviously the reason why it is paid is because you need to connect to a large language model in order to generate the response. Now you can bypass that by using local LLMs like Llama 3 or Llama 3.1, and it kind of takes around 2 to 3 minutes worth of setup, which is something that we added after we received all of this feedback. The second feedback says it did not work. Now it will not work if you don't spend like 2 to 3 minutes configuring it after you install the extension, because it does require you to have one-time setup. Now it's a Chrome extension. There's only so much I can do in order to fix the problem of not working. And I've done my best with respect to giving you all the guides that you need in order to set it up. If this was a software product or a UI based product, I would do all the customizations on my end such that you don't literally have to do anything in order to set it up. Now, the reason why it's a bit more complex to set up Olly is because Olly focuses more on the privacy of your data because you're using OpenAI API key and you're connecting or using it on your social media accounts. So we don't want any data transfer to happen to us, which also means that there's only so much we can do when it comes to customizing the experience that you see on your end. And you can see the third reason here, it says do not need it anymore. Now this is also people who find it annoying but don't want to necessarily see it popping up in the browser itself. And the fourth major reason says Olly is too annoying because of pop-up, which is a reason that I added intentionally because it was annoying a little bit when I was also trying it on my own browser itself. So again, there are a bunch of different reasons that are mentioned here. You can see the number of reasons went significantly up in July. So either ways, what have we done to solve the annoying pop-up problem? And this is exactly what the video is about. And I want to hear more from you with respect to what you think about this feature, right? So post the update itself, when you go to a social media website or a platform, let's say in this scenario, Twitter. So once you go and land on any social media platform, let's say this one, I'm going to be selecting this text. You will see a pop-up here instead of seeing a pop-up here. Now, just like you would click on generate button here once the pop-up comes out, what you need to do is you either need to click on the Olly logo here, which will effectively automatically generate the comment for you, just like you would do by clicking on the generate button, or you can open the drawer and then select any of the other items here. So you can see the first one is generating or comment on a post. The second one is summarize a post. Third one is check virality score of a post. Fourth one is generate a similar post. And the fifth one is reply to a comment, which is similar to what the previous extension of Olly also had. Now, obviously, I'm exploring more options or more actions that we can add for Olly in here by adding like a arrow here and then scrolling through multiple actions that you can take as the user. But this is what we're planning to ship in the upcoming update. And we actually want to hear what you think about the update itself, because this is going to change the behavior by a little bit. Instead of seeing Olly here, you would now see it here, which is change of behavior for a lot of us. And if you're using this on a day-to-day basis, it will obviously be a lot less annoying because it's not going to hide X percentage of your screen, but the extension will be located somewhere else, which will kind of take some time for some of the users to figure out where. And obviously to close the extension, once you deselect the text, the extension goes away just like you would with the previous extension itself. And then you can also click here to only open the panel and then play around with this text in here. Once you click here, this will again disappear. So again, very similar behavior, similar to what we had before, just that it's lot less annoying now than it was before. So again, because this is a change of behavior, I'd want to hear more feedback coming from you guys with respect to what you think about this feature. I'm planning to ship this in first or second week of August, and mostly aiming for the upcoming week itself. So maybe 5th or 6th of August. But I'd want to hear more from you guys with respect to what you think about this update, and if this is something that will really add value to your workflow. Again, outside the feedback that we received here, a lot of people also personally reached out via email and text to kind of give the suggestion with respect to the pop-up itself. Now, obviously, we'll shoot out an email to all the paid users to hear their feedback, but I'd love to hear more. If you have any feedback as of right now, you can drop it in the comment section or reach out to us on Discord, which is where a lot of these updates are shared. But trust me, I'd be more than happy to hear any feedback coming from you. So thank you so much, and I'm looking forward to ship this in the upcoming week. So I hope you can give me some feedback before that. Thank you so much.